Let's bring in Cabot Phillips on this. All right, Cabot, what do you think would be the impact if Joe Biden could get this plan through somehow or other and knock $10,000 off all student loans outstanding? If he could do that, what do you think the impact would be?
Well, it would work great if we lived in fantasy land, which the Democrats think we do. They subscribe to the Harry Potter School of Economics, where you wave a wand and just make billions of dollars in debt disappear, and you don't take into account who's going to pay for it. This is an idea that has been considered radical for decades, but in the modern-day Democrat Party, the radical is now the new normal. So President-elect Biden is going to face a huge challenge right now because the far left is going to hold him to this. They're going to say, you have to do this because it's the compassionate thing, and all these students, never mind not taking into account all the students who actually have been faithfully paying off their debt and weren't relying on other people to do so. But the Biden camp is going to face that pressure from the progressive movement. We've already seen Chuck Schumer come out the day after the election and say, President-elect Biden's one of his first things in office should be to snap his fingers and take away up to $50,000 of student loan debt for all students, even if he doesn't win the Senate. So this just shows how important that Senate race is, because without it, he's going to have to nibble at the edges with executive orders. If he does win, the Democrats win those two races in Georgia, there's going to be wholesale change. It's going to cost hundreds of billions of dollars. And this is the type of thing that will have a long-lasting economic impact and will do nothing to actually help the future of our country.
Okay. Now, one thing I really want to talk to you about is Norway. What's this about? People in Norway could be jailed for what is deemed offensive speech.
Yep.
Come on, tell me all about that one, because that's a shock.
Well, they changed their penal code now in Norway to where if you use certain language that's offensive, you can go to jail. Up to 3 years for offensive speech in public and 1 year for offensive speech in private. I wrote an op-ed on this for Reader's Pass at our Daily Wire, and I talked about how this is coming to America, Stuart. We talk about how the left idolizes Scandinavian countries, they idolize Europe. These types of policies will come to America because of the data and the direction of our culture with regards to speech. Look at the data. 47% of 18 to 34-year-olds in America already say there should be legal punishments for, quote, offensive hate speech. 59% of those people say there should be a constitutional amendment to ban hate speech. 81% of college students say that speech that's offensive is tantamount to violence, and violence has to have consequences, right? And so I truly think that at some point in the future, the left is going to be pushing this idea that there should be legal ramifications for offensive speech. And they're going to do this under the banner of being anti-hate speech. They're going to say, well, we can all be anti-hate speech, right? Because we need to protect marginalized communities from feeling unsafe. They'll use all the buzzwords, and anyone that speaks up in defensive speech, anyone that speaks up to say, no, this is America, we have freedom of speech, they'll be labeled bigots, they'll be labeled pro-hate speech, they'll be labeled as people that don't care about anyone in America. That's what's going to happen. They'll use cancel culture to push it, and there will be a day when that comes here. And I think it's important for us to wake up and prepare ourselves now.
Oh, what a brave new world. Cabot, thanks very much for being with us. We always appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Stuart.
Okay.